Cheers. So, Jen and I decided to get away for a little overnighter, and we decided to leave the van at home for a night and just swag it for a night. So we'll show you our little setup for when we get away from the caravan. So follow me. Here's our awning, which came with the car, and our swag. Simple setup.
Simple setup, ready to go. Super comfy, these swags, honestly. They're worth their weight. They're worth the money. Queen size bed, nice and comfy. Mosquito net. And then you've got your thick canvas over the top to keep you warm when it gets cool.
So we try and keep it pretty simple. So we've just got a little gas stovetop with the little butane cans.
This is the way to go, isn't it? Because honestly, unless you're cooking multiple dishes, which you're not when you're away, you're cooking something simple. This was like
$20.
$20. The butane, I think you get 4 of those for 12 or something. It's such a cheap way to go. And then you just bring your essential, salt and peppers, da-da-da. We've got this awesome box.
Yeah, so this is from iTech World, and I can't remember the name of it, but we just call it our white box. And when we used to go away for a couple of nights, this would run our fridge for a couple of days. And
What is it?
It's just a lithium battery in there with its power box thing.
It's an inverter.
Yeah, it's got a 300-watt inverter on there, so you can run things off the AC.
Or
we're running
DC.
things off the DC. For some reason, Jen's phone only charges off this now. But
Yeah, it's a bit of a pest.
decided to stop tonight. So
it went for a swim, and ever since it only likes the white box, so that's how she gets charged now. But
yeah, so
this is a 300-watt inverter, isn't it?
300-watt inverter in it, and it's just got some DC chargers that we charge our phones and that sort of stuff. But before we did that, this used to run our angle for a couple of nights before we'd have to recharge it. So
that's amazing that it can do that. That thing, that's an absolute gem, isn't it?
We lasted a couple of years off that until we got the dual battery, so I'll show you.
Where is your angle, by the way?
Angle's in there. So in here we have our angle. And there's our fridge to keep the beers cold.
Ah.
And the food. Rissoles for dinner tonight.
Yeah, rissoles for dinner. Sensational. Nice and handy because we've only got a space cab. So we have the suicide doors.
So I've just got a lead running through there, through a grommet I found in there. Comes into the back of the tub.
Okay. Wired through from the front to the back canopy.
Yeah, so it just comes out here. It connects up to a second battery up the back there.
Batteries up the back, right.
Which you probably can't see. But it connects to a DC to DC charger.
So you've hooked up a DC to DC charger, and so what does that do?
DC to DC charger keeps the battery charged as we're driving. So it allows our main battery not to run flat. So as we're driving, it'll charge this battery, which then charges our power box down here.
So what's this here?
This is our power box, or our switch panel.
Right.
So our switch panel here has a number of switches on it. Here's our cabin lights.
Oh, wrong one. Next one. This one.
That one.
First one. First one. That's the one.
That's nothing at the moment. So that's our
So we've got
cabin lights.
all those options to hook something into.
Yeah,
which
this
is
one
pretty
here is
cool.
our... That one there is our water.
Okay.
So we've got a 55 litre...
Once again, it's right at the back there, covered in some bags.
Yeah, so a 55 litre water tank. Because what we normally use that for is when we're away from the caravan, we
Such
can...
as now.
Well, now we can camp with it, so we've got constant water whenever we want it. But if we do have the van on and we don't want to lose our spot, we often run out of water. So this way we can take the car, fill the water tank up, and transfer the water from the tank into the caravan.
So how do you do that? Is there a pump?
Yep, so we've got a little pump, a little switch down here.
Okay, so there's the pump in there, right next to the battery, and here we've got the DC-DC charger.
Which is again from iTech.
iTech World. There's the big water tank. So how much does that hold, did you say?
55 litres.
Nice. Okay, so how do you work it?
So we just plug into our outlet here.
Okay, so you've got a permanent outlet there.
And then we got
Oh, sensational.
water.
Hopefully clean dishes tonight after I've cooked.
Yeah.
Same.
So we got water we can drink with, or, you know, whatever we want.
Yeah.
So that just runs off that switch there. These will be all wired up. It's a work in progress, so it'll constantly be a work in progress.
There's always something,
there's
isn't
always
there?
something I want to do to it. There's always something that needs doing.
So you've got these drawers installed.
Yeah, we've got our drawers for whatever.
Well, what have we
This
got
is
in?
most of our camping stuff.
This is what we're sort of surviving on at the moment. So we've got a little bit of a fishing reel and some spare butane tanks, and of course we need the fire lighters, but yeah, cooking stuff, also some toiletries, butane tank there, and ropes in the back.
Yeah.
So that's pretty handy.
And then in this one we just got odds and ends, tools and stuff. Again, it's a work in progress, so we'll change it around to suit ourselves. But
Yeah.
for now, it's just good for an overnight trip.
You've got your fishing rods hanging up the top there, which is handy.
Handy for when we come out here to go fishing and I forget
And you
the fishing
forget
bag.
the fishing bag.
So I've got the rods
Thank God we bought
and the
mints.
reels, but don't have the fishing bag to put anything on.
All right, and what about lighting the canopy here?
So this will go on a switch.
Yep.
The canopy, when we bought it, this awning already came with the car, so I didn't want to
It's
get rid
pretty
of it.
cool, isn't it? Because most
good.
people have like that bat wing, but this one it's poles, but it's a super quick setup. The poles just fit in these rails here, and as soon as you pull this out, you drop them down, and they're the twist and fix.
And there's our...
Oh, lights.
So again, that'll be wired into one of them switches. At
All right.
the moment, I just got it running through a cigarette socket.
And so there's cigarette sockets in that,
Yep.
what do we call that, the switch box as well?
Yeah, so you got three cigarette sockets, and then you've got a charger to charge your phones, like a USB charger to charge your phones or laptops or anything like that.
What's on the monitor there?
That's just tells us how much charge is in our battery.
Oh, 12.5. Are we going
So,
okay?
We're going okay. Yeah, it'll last us tonight.
Nice.
And then when we drive again, it'll charge it back up.
All right.
So we're living the dream.
We certainly are living the dream. So this is a pretty damn good setup. We've got the fire going. We will get some rissoles on the way. And here we are at, well, we're just kind of, I think we're northwest of Toodyay, but we found this sensational spot on the Avon River. Told it was going to be crazy busy, look out, but you know what? It's just not. Guys, just take the risk and just try. Especially if you're swagging and you're not pulling a caravan or anything like that, you can just take the risk. And at the end of the day, it's an hour and a half from Perth. If you have to go home, then you've had a great day trip. But we're just having a great night. Well, great afternoon, late afternoon. I think it's about 5 o'clock. Sun's about to set, but yeah, we've done quite a bit to the car, and we wanted to see how we go with our free camping setup.
So we're all ready to go.
Not bloody bad. Not bloody bad at all. So happy long weekend to you. Go the Panthers.